Welcome and welcome back, change makers. If you're new here, hello. My name is Kira Siva. I am a spiritual mentor and healer, and today we're going to dive into what is the outcome of this change. So whatever change you have in mind, whether that is a personal growth transformation, a change in job, a change in location, we are going to find out, whatever it is, change in relationship status, we're going to find out what the outcome is. Before we dive in, just to let you know, I'm having a 35% off sale on all of my tarot card readings. A link is in the description. They are in my shop. I do have a limited number. So if you're interested in that, make sure to head over there. That sale is going through August 8th. So 8/8/25. If you're watching us in the future, sorry, sale's already come and gone, but there's probably another one. Check out that shop link to see what's up. And also, before we dive into the different piles, I am doing a Patreon live. Those are always free. So come join me on the third Saturday of every month at 11 a.m. Same bat time, same bat place. And I always want to be like, I'm showing my age, because leave me a comment below if you know where that came from. But we are talking about the air element this month. So if you want to learn more about the 5 different elements and how they are affecting your spiritual growth, join me over there. Okay, take a deep breath in. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And we will start with pile number 1. Pile number 1. All right, pile number 1. This is what is the outcome of this change. Before I dive into this, I do want to let you know I have a 35% off all my tarot card readings right now. Link is in the description if you would love to get one. They are going to be on sale until August 8th. So, and this is 2025. So if you are interested in that, I only have a limited amount stocked. Just go grab one of those for you today. Okay, pile number 1, let's dive in. What is the outcome of this change? Pile number 1, the change that you have in mind ultimately has a really great positive outcome, and I'm excited to tell you exactly why that is. This outcome comes with a lot of celebration. It is really going to help you feel more of a community. It's going to help you feel reconnected with yourself. These 3 of Cups feels like the mind, body, and soul. Like the change that you are doing is allowing you to bring together your mind, your body, and your soul in one magnificent spot. And the really cool thing with that is that you get really nice personal development out of that. So let's dive into what that is. Over here, we have this nice sort of message where you get empowered and joy and trust and effort. Your hard work or your effort, the effort you put in to this change, whether that is the emotional effort, the sitting down and figuring out stuff out on paper, or maybe it's like you've just made the decision. In that process, you've really found a new level of empowerment. Like you have learned to trust yourself. You felt it in your gut. You said yes or no or whatever that, decision was, and you went with it, and it has allowed you to experience more freedom. And as the beneficial things have come out of this change that you'll see in the upcoming months, it is going to deepen your personal self-love and trust. You know how I said at the beginning, like it's bringing together your mind, body, and soul. It's bringing you alignment, your mental space, your heart space, your intuition. All of that is just coming together in good, I want to say good bonding, but like you're happy inside. You're all moving in the same direction. Sometimes when we are faced with change, it's like your heart is telling you one thing, and then your mind is telling you another thing, and then your body is telling you another thing, or your outside circumstances are telling you something else. And it gets to be really, really confusing. This change isn't like that. This change is bringing you freedom and joy. You see her dancing. She's dancing. She's having a great time. She doesn't have a care in the world. She's carefree. And You see how beautifully she's dancing too? Like she's embodied. She's enjoying herself. I also really see over here in the effort that when you follow through on the promises to yourself, when you see yourself making the effort to experience more things, better things inside of you, there is a kind of I almost said eternal confidence, internal confidence. There might be something eternal in there, like the eternity of your soul, right? Like you're experiencing the confidence that comes with knowing that you show up. You show up for yourself. And you may have had a history of letting yourself down, but not now. Not now. You are your own best friend finally. You are the one showing up for you. The other really cool thing that's coming out of this is you are really healing and mastering your intuition. I teach intuition development. Like it is my jam. It is how I live. That is the work and the air I breathe. Like I'm in it all the time. And I can tell you that this combination is so on fire, my little rocket ships. When you start listening to yourself, something magical, actually a lot of things magical happens, but there again, back to this self-confidence, you realize that you're self-healing. You realize that instead of saying no and feeling out of alignment with your actions, you say yes to your intuition, and now the river of life is flowing for you because you're not paddling upstream anymore. You're on your little river rat, on your little river tube, cruising down the creek, right? It makes all the difference in the way that you navigate life to having a really bomb relationship with your intuition and knowing how to experience that. One of the coolest things out of this that you get is the ability to surrender to the flow of life. Whenever I'm teaching intuition, or even if I'm a part of a tarot group that we have a WhatsApp chat. And so we're always talking about tarot and always talking about divination and sharing our experiences of that stuff. So it's a conversation that I'm like constantly having. And I always describe it, even to the people I'm doing readings for, is it feels like a waterfall of energy. Like if energy feels with the same fluidity that water does, but lighter, not quite as light as air. If there were a medium in between water and air, because water can feel very dense. So there's the structure, there's the fluidity structure that comes with water. That's how energy feels, but it's light. It's not quite air light, but it's almost like, I'm going to say like 75% air, 25% water. If you were to mix those two textures together, that's a lot of what intuition feels like. One of the most important things in the process of developing your intuition is you have to surrender. You have your little ego mind. I know. I love control. I love control just as much as the next person. And when you let that go and you start listening to this intrinsically deeper wisdom in yourself, you really get self-knowledge. You really start to understand the way creation moves, the way creation feels when it moves. You get to see the threads of life that binds us all together in the most beautiful way. You get to understand and you get to see the ripple effect of how your impact is working out in the world and what is coming back to you. You get to understand the deeper nature of who you are. You know, we're in my geek subject. Obviously, I'm a tarot card reader. I do spiritual mentorship. Like, I love this stuff. I eat it up at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? So I love being in these spaces because you are an infinitely interesting being. You do wildly curious things. And it's so fascinating to bring consciousness, to bring an awareness, to bring a witness, your own internal witness to the table, and watch how you live out your life. You get to see your brilliance. You also get to see how silly you are. Speaking from personal experience, but you get to see your brilliance. And it's a truly, truly, truly beautiful thing. So pile number one, overall, the outcome of this change that you're making is great. You are bringing into alignment your mind, body, and soul. You're deepening your intuition, and you are really finding new levels of joy and empowerment. It's like, you know how when you walk into a room, a person who's truly empowered doesn't need to tell people they're empowered because they don't care. I could tell you from experience, you're like, yeah, it's cool. I can do all the things, whatever. Right? Like, that's you now. This change is helping you do that. So I'm very excited for you. Pile number one, if you like this message, don't forget to click the like button. It helps out the channel a ton. And if you really, really want to help, share this video out with somebody you love and care about that is on their spiritual development. Maybe somebody who needs some intuition development. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Join me on Patreon. Join me over in my on my website to get tarot readings. I would love to do a one-on-one reading for you. And until next time, pile number one, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number two. All right, pile number two. Before we dive in, I do want to let you know I'm doing a 35% off for all my tarot card readings. So click on the link in the description if you would like to claim one of those readings. I have a limited amount of stock for them, and the sale is only going to go through 8/8. So if you're interested in that, today would be the day. All right, pile number two. I am so excited to do this reading for you. We are doing what is the outcome of this change. Pile number two, you are going to be experiencing a ton more freedom. Like, you will have a lot more internal freedom, and that will ripple out into your life. This is one of the things that I love about doing spiritual mentorship, and also love about doing my own deep personal work, which is these really cool deep dives where you go in internally and you really get to understand your limiting beliefs, this for you specifically, the outcome of this change is a new perspective. You get to hit another spiritual level as you go through this change and as the outcome of the change that's on your mind. So this is a change that has really tested your boundaries and really made you have to push deep inside of yourself to really break through to the next level. The closest thing I can think of is when you have an athlete training and their coach is sitting there on the sidelines telling them, like, go, 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 go. Like, you got this. You're going to make that. You're going to break your own personal record. You're going to do this thing where you're being pushed past your regular boundaries with it, but pushing yourself past this limit takes you to an elevated state. It takes you to the next level. It takes you to seeing new heights. So again, like, maybe you're a mountain climber, right? And you're like, I'm going to go hike. I'm a Coloradan, obviously. I'm going to go hike a 14er, which I have not done in a really, 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 I don't know if I've ever done one, but that neither here nor there. If you're a mountaineer, have at it. The whole point of this is that you are doing something hard. You are doing something that is pushing you past your boundaries. And the process of doing that brings you, I keep thinking of a marathon runner, because it's like you're doing something that's taxing. You've opted into it. It's taxing on your system. And then you get the endorphins from that, right? Like, a marathon runner is running for miles at a time. And ultimately, though, they get the runner's high. Like, you were having to push through this, but the act of pushing through it brings out this whole other transcendental state of being. You transform in that process. It comes with a kind of peace. I love that both of these dragons have this curved neck, right? This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. I love it. So this is a really big, important experience to have. It's almost like if you were to go for a peak spiritual experience and you were doing your spiritual sadhana and your fasting, and it's not an experience that you do for a long period of time. It's very intensive for a short period of time, but the intensity of it has a big payoff. The big payoff is your freedom. The big payoff is you being liberated from something. So it's like, maybe you're moving house, maybe you're traveling somewhere, maybe you're running a marathon, maybe you're doing a spiritual process. It's something where it's like very condensed, and then big payoff, more freedom, more expansion. The other aspect that comes as an outcome of this change is I love this. Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God, I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. You have to go inside. So we have this very forceful side, this very action side, and then this very watery side, right? We have a lot of red, orange, and then these blues, a softer feel to it. So it's like it balances those internal parts of you, the yin and the yang, the push and the pull. And so as you get the strength of the yang, you get an equal amount of receptivity, an equal amount of depth. You know how they always say Scorpios are still waters running deep? That's you. You feel the subtleties of creation. You feel the fine attunement. It's very refined. It's very refined. And whatever is happening in this situation, this change, the outcome of it is you get the answers you need. Just thought if somebody's like, send out somebody stalking their partner, wondering if they're cheating. I don't know if that's relevant to any of y'all. If it is, I apologize, but do hire that PI. There is this internalness that has the answers that you have been seeking. It's just this huge perspective shift. You get just a massive perspective shift. Your life isn't the same afterwards. You can go back and do a lot of the same things, but you will be changed as a person if you do this thing, this change that's on your mind. Oh man, this kind of reminds me of having a baby. Like you can't get out of going into labor. Once you have a kid, once you go through labor, once you deliver a baby, I will tell you with my whole chest, you are not the same. The person who goes into the delivery room is not the person who leaves, despite looking very, very similar. Because over here we have this softness. Over here we have answers. Over here we have this ability to dive so far deep into who you are and to really understand something very big and important about yourself. There is just this, it like puts you in, yin is the kind of the only word coming to mind right now for this, but it puts you in touch with that really, really gentle, subtle part of life. It's almost like the peace that you eventually feel after somebody passes. First you have the grief and all of that to go through, but there are these points later on where you settle into these moments of deep, deep peace. Partially because your heart's been broken, but there is a sort of like wisdom and knowledge that comes through doing hard things. It's almost like what the intensity of a situation causes a sort of like a short intensity causes a long, deep, soft understanding of humanity, of your creativity, of this sort of like, The picture that's coming to mind is like a sweet old grandpa or grandma, right? Who is like sitting there staring off into a sunset, and you just know that they understand this wisdom about life because they've seen so much and they've been through so much. So this change has this really dynamic impact for you in your life. And I would personally say that this is an overall positive thing. It doesn't feel like it's something that's damaging. It feels like it's something that is so freeing and so liberating and so healthy for you. Like you are a better person from having gone through this change, even if it was hard for a little while. Okay, pile number 2. If you like this reading, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. And if you want to help out the channel, those 2 things are free and they help out a ton. And if you really, really want to help out the channel, share this video with somebody that you love and maybe somebody that's going through an experience like this so they can also receive the confirmation and guidance they need. And pile number 2, until next time, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 3. I think I called pile number 2 number 3, so you guys might have a connection. Pile number 3, before we hop into here, I just want to let you know that I'm doing a 35% off all of my tarot card readings. So if you have been wanting to get to a reading, now would be the time to go get one. I have a limited number stocked. Link is in the description to my site. And I'll be running the sale through 8/8. So today is a great day to go get one. All right, pile number 3. Which pile am I on? Pile number 3. I am so excited for you. This is what is the outcome of this change. Pile number 3. We almost see your story just playing out up here, and you're the only pile that has done this. So the outcome of this change for you is a spiritual upgrade to your root chakra. We've got red, 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 and then we have the storyline of the red, where you go from having some damage in your root chakra, like whatever heartbreak, whatever damage you took here, or maybe it was about being really aggressive, or like you're the kind of person that has really fiery energy. There's something about like possession, control, anger, frustration, the way that you experienced people giving you their negative emotions and the way that you learned how to express your negative emotions. And what happened for you, pile number 3, is that damage in your root chakra, you have been on the healing journey with. You have had to learn about safety. How do you safely express your emotions? How do you safely receive? So if you were ever in an abusive situation, if you were ever in pretty much that, like, or if you were in a household, if you grew up in a household with an angry parent or an emotionally volatile parent, right? That root chakra that should have grown up in safety and felt nourished and felt more like the deep, dark, enriched soil, felt more like a war zone. And so you've had to learn safety. You've had to really do the therapy work, the energy work, the mental work. Like you've done it, right? You have consistently shown up for yourself with this. And in this transformation, I love that we have the Fool, Rebirth, and Transcend. The giggle. I had such a giggle when this came out. But this process of changing, you have been able to heal that. I know the Fool is in reversed, which is why you get this Phoenix moment, right? Because as you were growing, something got stuck. But don't worry, because this change that you have on your mind, the thing that you've been contemplating, is this unstuck. It unsticks it, and then Sounds so dramatic, but it lights up in flames, and the old burns to the ground in the best and healthiest and possible way. It's not scary. It's not damaging. It's like when you have a dirty old shack and you can just pour gasoline on it and light it on fire, right? And now you get to go live in a big fancy home. That's the shift I'm talking about. You don't have to live in the rundown little old shack anymore. You get in a mansion. You get an estate. Mirabai, look at that goddess princess, right? The saint of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. She looks rich. She is richly divine. She is the highest form she's embodying in this picture, the highest form of that root chakra. You got the upgrade. You got out your hammer, you got out your drills, you got the new drywall, you got the new interior design. Like, you did it. You did it. So this change that you have on your mind is allowing you to have this big energetic upgrade in your root chakra. And you are getting success with it, and it's going to be really beneficial for your love life and for your family lineage. If you study epigenetics, or if you're interested in generational trauma, I'm a millennial. That's what we talk about. That's what we do as a generation. You're one of those very special people out there who has shown up and done the work, and you have changed those DNA codes in yourself. You have turned off the certain ones that lead toward more negative outcomes, and you've turned on the ones that allow your lineage, anybody that you are sharing, if you have kids and you're passing that down, you are providing a much healthier DNA strand for them, a much healthier epigenetic code. Wow, I feel I don't normally talk about this on this channel. I'm like, I feel so sciencey. Let's get back to the ethereal. But I think it's important for you to understand, because we have legacy here. Like, we have this triangle of legacy, true freedom, and new romantic cycle, right? And so I feel so pragmatic. I feel so pragmatic. I'm very curious what change that you're going through, because in a lot of times, if you watch this channel a lot, I'm a lot more flowy and not quite so pragmatic, but this feels very earthbound. And well, we're dealing with the root chakra. What am I talking about? So you will transcend this change that you have on your mind, that you are going through. The outcome of this is a positive impact on your family lineage, a positive impact, because now your base, instead of being the shack over here and trying to build your life off of a shack, you're building your life on an estate. You're building your life on a mansion. You were driving a 1979 Corolla. You're driving a Bentley, right? That's the difference. You have so much more prosperity. You have so much more healthy, positive. Like, if all of those nice things in the world were an energy, that's the level, that's the difference of energy that you're in now. It is really important during this process too, that you need to stay very sharp with your mind. And again, this is such a pragmatic reading in so many ways that you will. When you go to make decisions, you've learned some things, right? When you go to have strategy about your life, you have learned some things. So just know that the outcome of this change is, these look like gold coins, an increase in abundance, a better home, a better car, like a better lifestyle, because the energy is what has changed with the thing that you're going through. It has shifted the guiding principle and the foundation on which your life is built. Okay, pile number 3. If you like this reading, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate you all for being here. And if you really, really, really like this reading, please consider sharing it. That would also help out the channel a ton. And yeah, I'm so excited for you. Pile number 3. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to reading for you some more. And until next time, have a beautiful and blessed day.